someone's listening to this and they're like, okay, I have a new team or I'm creating a team, what are some kind of tips that we can share? Because after a year, it's been slightly over a year of us being together. We've had some success this last year. So congratulations to all of you. But we've also had some maybe hard lessons. Not, I wouldn't say it was hard, maybe just lessons that we've learned. So kind of go again, I'll do a different dance around the order, but Ben, what's like a lesson you can share, tip around working in a team?
Yeah. I mean, I think it also goes to the quality of people. Like it's a double-edged sword here. So like everybody automatically assumes that everybody is going as hard as they can, and we are. But that also means that like the purposeful communication, like, hey, where are we at? What are we doing? I've got this, you've got that. There, once we get into a rhythm, but really understanding the why behind some of that and understanding the secondary of our skill sets, I think is the best way to describe that, right? Like I'm excellent at dealing with people. I'm excellent at dealing with managers, and working hand in hand with Shane has been such an awesome experience, and learning that. And we've had pitfalls, right? We've had some things like, hey, I thought that we were going to do that, or I thought I was going to do that. You thought you were going to do it. How are we communicating, cleaning up the communication, and then holding each other accountable to that is enormous. And I think that's the biggest thing, is just putting all the cards on the table and saying, hey, this is what's working. This is what's not. But how are you building a team? If you're just starting out, are you truly building a team with complementary skill sets? Like Shane can see numbers faster than like it'll take me to whip out a calculator and actually put it in. Like, and that's so amazing. But I love the ability to do that. Like I can ask him questions and he'll be driving down the road and be like, oh yeah, I remember this and this and this. And it just helps us perform better as a team because we lean on each other to do the things that we're good at.
Yeah, I love it. Well, Shane, I'll let you go right after that.
Yeah, I think another tip that I would say too is time blocking and goal setting. I think it's extremely important to, if you're a member of a new team or kind of getting into that realm, or even just looking to partner and you're kind of a solo team, having similar goals with the others that are in your group or in your network, where you can basically be on the same path. You don't have to be in the same progression, but basically have the same goal, I think allows you to really hone in on what you want in your life, how you can benefit your partners or your team themselves, and then being able to time block out and make that commitment. It's a commitment regardless, no matter how much time you put into it. And so being true to yourself and also to your partners of, this is the time that I have now, this is where I want to go and what I want to do. How does that fit into your vision, and kind of bridge that gap of what you're needing, what they're needing, and how you can work together to both fill those spaces. So I think having a clear vision on your goals and your network's goals, because they all kind of coincide with each other, and then being able to truly time block and have that time available for yourself and your partners is huge, because there's so much that kind of comes into that you really need to take that time and dedication for. And sometimes it takes sacrifices in the beginning to carve out that time, but it can all be done. It just needs to be done smartly and properly.
Yeah, I love it. All right, well, I'm gonna comment on that in just a minute, but I'll let John go first.
Yeah, I think I would add something that's kind of more nuts and bolts, in the sense of having transparency on activity for each partner, especially as you're new a group. I mean, the group here, we're at the place where we trust each other. We know the job's going to get done, but we're actually in the process of implementing something where we're each highlighting sort of our ongoing KPIs and weekly activities. And so as a new group, right, you really want to make sure everyone is putting in what they say they're going to put in the sense, right? They're being active, they're following up on the different action items. So as a new group, I think that's absolutely critical.
Yeah, and I think another like kind of tip too is walk into a partnership slowly, right? Like take the time to get to know someone. I mean, this group for me, like, again, I can't say enough positive and enough gratitude around it. But all cards on the table, there was a handful of times where I almost partnered with some people that I'm, they're good people. They just weren't a good fit for me. Right. So it just kind of worked out that way. I could have been in a partnership I didn't love, but it just didn't really work out. So what I'm trying to say is, like, take the time to get to know each other. Maybe you can do a market visit together. Whatever it is, to kind of get to know that person and know, like, hey, here's what I can do. Here's what you can do. It sounds like. And then, kind of hold each other accountable, and then just have visibility. Like, to you guys' point is, here's what I'm doing. Here's what I said I'm going to do. And then the other thing is, like, if you can't, or if you're going to fall short, it's okay too. Like, be honest, right? Be like, hey guys, I don't have time this week, or something fell through the cracks, or whatever it was. You can kind of lift each other up. But yeah, I love the tips. That's amazing.